Now live, this is NBC5, the Texas News Channel.
It is probably happening in your community right now and almost every night while you sleep, even though some experts say the practice could cause a major explosion. Investigator Jay Gray explains in his hidden camera investigation.
Every day and night, thousands of gallons of fuel are being pulled and pumped all over North Texas. It's unregulated, unsupervised, and according to fire chiefs in Dallas and Fort Worth, illegal. Industry insiders call it wet hosing, mobile refueling of trucks and vans. As part of a 3-month NBC5 investigation, hidden cameras caught crews providing the service for businesses in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Grand Prairie. We showed that videotape to fire chiefs in each city.
In the city of Fort Worth, it's against the fire code, the Uniform Fire Code, for this activity to take place.
And Dallas fire officials agree, citing the Uniform Fire Code, which apparently only allows the process at airports, farms, and construction sites. Deputy Chief Joe Pierce believes anywhere else, wet hosing is extremely dangerous, even potentially deadly.
There could be sparks, and you could have fires, or you could have explosions. And plus, there's also a danger of spill getting into the ground and getting into the water, fuel getting into the water supply.
A valid concern, considering this hidden camera video that shows fuel spilling out of a truck and onto the ground. But perhaps the most shocking scene is this one. The same driver standing on top of his tanker full of fuel and smoking. He keeps smoking as he climbs down the truck. It happened in Grand Prairie, and when Assistant Fire Chief Mike Siggs saw the tape, he was obviously very concerned. In fact, the cigarette seems to be more of a problem than the practice.
The fire code in the city of Grand Prairie allows for an event like that to happen, or a hazardous operation, as long as it's permitted, regulated according to the fire code requirements.
But right now, Grand Prairie does not require companies to get a permit. Still, the fire department allows the wet hosing to continue while they continue research on how to regulate the industry. There are a handful of companies that provide wet hosing services in North Texas. Most consider U.S. Fleet Services the industry leader, and it was that company's trucks that we saw during our investigation. Those tankers are housed at this facility in Grand Prairie. Company headquarters are in Pennsylvania, where executives insist their service is not illegal. Responding to our investigation, U.S. Fleet sent this fax, which says in part,
wet hosing has been an accepted, safe, and efficient method for fueling truck fleets for nearly 20 years and has long been recognized as a safe and accepted practice by the applicable national fire safety guidelines.
Company lawyers say their interpretation of the code is that Texas law does not speak directly to their industry and include that they are working with local officials to establish written regulations for the process. But in March, the Dallas Fire Department issued this official interpretation, which states point blank, the code does specifically prohibit this practice. And after taking a look at NBC5 hidden camera video, fire officials in Dallas and Fort Worth say they will talk with the businesses involved and U.S. Fleet Services, ordering them to stop the process immediately. And in Grand Prairie, the fire department is continuing research, and they hope to establish some guidelines very soon. They will allow wet hosing to continue while they do that research, and again, they are confident they can create a permitting process in the near future.
Jay, what about the companies receiving the service?
Well, after we contacted those companies, Office Depot, Borden's, Coca-Cola Bottling, and FedEx, the companies that were all involved in our investigation, they either faxed or phoned in a response, and each said that they plan to make sure they are in accordance with all state and local guidelines. They also said that this was the first time anyone had approached them about the practice of wet hosing. Reporting live, Jay Gray, NBC5, Dallas.
All right, thank you, Jay.